Okay, at this time, we will now have all the toasts.
Hello? Oh, okay, there we go. Sorry. Alrighty, so I had to write it down. Okay, so here we go. So there comes a time in every young woman's life when she meets the love of her life. And for Melissa, that was 25 years ago when she met me. My name is Megan. I am Melissa's maid of honor and best friend and sister for the last 25 years. We first met when I was the new kid in 3rd grade in Myersville Elementary. I had broke my arm. I actually flew out of a truck and broke my arm, and she was at lunch every day cutting my food for me and helping me. And since then, we have been inseparable. We have endless amount of stories growing up together, from camping and fishing on Coletto with our families, always beating her in Skippo and Phase 10, swimming in the swamp pool at her mom and dad's house, mudding on the four-wheelers, and always annoying our siblings. Countless sleepovers and being separated in every class due to Melissa talking too much. Shocker. I could go on and on about our memories, but the one that was my favorite is when we took a mother-daughter trip to Destin, Florida in 2019 to celebrate her RN graduation. Laughter and laughter filled our souls that trip, and memories that I will never forget with our mothers. So I would say Melissa is the yin to my yang. She is the lion. She's loud, funny, outgoing, storytelling, ADHD, speaks her mind. And I am the golden retriever. I'm calm and I go with the flow, and I am reserved. I thank God every day that He sent me a best friend that turned into a sister. Melissa has the biggest heart and deserves somebody that loves her for all that she is, ADHD and all. Like shaking. Okay, when I first heard Melissa was talking to Aaron, I wasn't sure if it was going to work out, honestly. The little that I knew of Aaron, he seemed very reserved, total opposite of Melissa. But then I thought, he is exactly who she needs. Yes, the male version of me. When she told me that he went fishing with her and her mother and still wanted to pursue her, I thought, wow, this guy is patient. And then when she told me that for her birthday, he gave her a cup with a picture of her babies, Mill Pickle and Luna Boona on it, I thought to myself, wow, he is thoughtful and romantic. And then she told me how he researched how to take care of a nurse after a long shift. I thought, wow, he is a caretaker. And lastly, she told me that they pray together and have God in the center of their relationship. And I thought, a godly man, and that is the qualities that I have prayed for her to have in her future husband. So God, thank you for sending Aaron in your perfect timing, and Aaron, thank you for loving my best friend the way she deserves and accepting her in all her different personalities. Melissa has radiated so much joy and peace since she has met you, and that makes my heart happy knowing that she will be taken care of. So I want to leave y'all with this verse, Ephesians 4:32. Be kind to each other, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, just as God through Christ has forgiven you. So, yeah. So we'll cheers. I don't have my drink, but cheers to Mr. and Mrs. Zeller.
All right, so quick disclaimer. My speech was originally about 30 minutes, and Aaron said I couldn't say anything embarrassing. So have to make do with 4 or 5. Just thought I'd get that out of the way. So good evening. Appreciate all of y'all coming out to support and be here for Mr. and Miss Aaron Zeller. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Kyle Griffith. I've known Aaron since summer between our 8th grade and freshman year. Back when we played Summer League basketball, we proudly represented our sponsor at the time, Ty Zeller, attorney at law. Then we went on, played basketball for a couple more years together, and football 4 years all through high school. And then we were roommates at Texas State for a few years, where we had all kinds of adventures together. But getting Aaron to go on said adventures was like pulling teeth out. Every time, Ty kind of touched on it last night at the rehearsal dinner, but Aaron is very slow to commit to anything. And whenever you try to get him to go do something, it's like looking at an injury-riddled fantasy football lineup. All you get for his replies are out, doubtful, questionable, or maybe at best, probable, but very rarely an in. But in spite of all that, we really did have a great time. Back then, if you were to take a look inside of Aaron's room, you'd see lots of posters of the Texans and the Astros, which I'm assuming still holds true today. Astros are doing a lot better than they were back then. Back then, though, it was very rough times. And so I think that's a character builder for Aaron, showing that he'll be through it thick and thin through whatever your marriage may bring. And he also had an inflatable tube all the time that made it seem like he was always adventurous and down to go wherever, or it could have just been a dirty clothes hamper. For those who don't know, Aaron's been taking up umpiring recently. And I'm not going to attest to any calls you may have seen him make here lately or his eyesight. I'm not going there. But it makes sense to me because Aaron oftentimes had to be mediator for us and all of us knuckleheads up at Texas State. He was very good about rounding up and coming together for a common cause for us to come together. And it goes to show that he can be a very loving and patient man in the long run. If he can put up with us, I'm sure he can put up with a lot, just saying. And then, despite whatever he may claim as far as remembering things, which he always claims he doesn't remember anything from high school or college, how, I have no clue. I have proof, though, that he does indeed remember important things. One night after a late study session, I came back only to find in the middle of our living room on a kitchen table chair a full arrangement of flowers, a couple of beers, a jar of salsa, a card, and a red velvet cake, and I'm not talking like a big red velvet cake, just a little slice of one, with 23 lit candles on, waiting for me to say happy birthday. I thought it was an awesome gesture. The fire marshal, probably not. But it's a sign that he can remember, even though he claims he can't remember anything from back in the day, I know that he can remember the important things. But in all seriousness, no, I'm very glad that y'all met each other. I still remember, I want to say, I went back through my text. I think it was around November 11th, 2021, when I first found out that y'all had been dating for a month already. So I was maybe a little late to the party. But right away, I could kind of tell, like, oh, well, you're still around after a month, so that must be something good sign. And then I heard that we had lots of hunting trips and fishing trips together. So, oh, okay, got a hunting buddy, fishing buddy. If she outfishes him or outshoots him, then I don't know how that's going to go, but maybe that's where his patience can come into play. But I don't think it was by accident. I think God had a plan all along. I think whenever he brought y'all together, that it was no accident. And I really think that y'all were made for each other. You complement each other so well. And may have taken a little bit longer than y'all would have liked. I can relate, but I would say here we are today. And I know y'all are going to make a great team going forward. Like I said, as far as like who outfishes who or who outshoots who, well, we'll let that decide whenever we get out there. But I look forward to seeing what all God has in store for y'all. So if everybody raise a glass. To Mr. and Miss Aaron Zeller, may all have a lifetime full of happiness, joy, and love. Cheers.
That was so good, Kyle.
Got it.
Whatever we want. Whatever we want. That's what I said.
Okay,
Not yet.
I'm gonna keep it short and sweet and way shorter than Kyle's. Okay, I'm not gonna keep you long. My name is Mindy. I'm the oldest, even though I look the youngest.
No, I'm the youngest.
This is Monica, and Melissa here had the pleasure of growing up with us. The pleasure of being the youngest.
The pleasure was all yours.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Mistreated.
She was a little mistreated.
Yeah.
But you know what? Growing up with two sisters, we always had a friend. We always had somebody to lean on, somebody to call, somebody to cry to, laugh to, and we really had a special relationship. And we still do. She's always there for our kids. She says that she has 5 of her own. She's birthed 5 of her own. But, okay, back to the point. When she came home and told us about Aaron, it
Well,
was,
actually, we heard from Mother
Well,
that Melissa
well, I
took
didn't want
this
to say
guy fishing, and we didn't know who this guy was. And so we had to interrogate.
Mom said, shh, don't tell Melissa I told you. She doesn't want you to know yet.
Yeah.
So Mom let the cat out of the bag. A little early.
Yeah.
Yes, yay Mom to keep a secret. But it was a little different this time. It was a little slower and a little sweeter, and I don't know, just, yes, nobody else to go fishing.
Went on the boat.
Well, when he came to the house, and he actually met all of us, and he survived us and our children, then we knew he was a good one.
Yes, because we're a loud bunch.
Yeah.
Yes.
But there were many a times that Melissa would, kind of tear up and say, Min, when am I going to meet my guy? When is it going to be my time? When is God going to bring me someone special and someone that'll, complete me? I'm getting older and this and that. And she would compare herself to everybody. And I continually would tell her, you're on your own time. You're on God's time. Quit looking at, everybody else and comparing yourself, and it's on God's time. And Aaron, we are so happy to have you a part of our family, and your family. We're so happy to have all of them. And
Category rematch.
Oh, yeah.
and I'm ready to babysit.
Yeah. Don't joke like that.
Thank you all for coming and supporting their relationship and loving them, and
Toast.
toast.
To them.